All right, so I wanted to go ahead and make a quick video. I know my last update was December 14th, 2022, and today is actually, oh, go figure, March 14th, 2023. So it's January, February, March, 3 months. So hopefully, this next one isn't going to be a year later. I'm actually getting better at making these update videos. Now, the funny part is, the next update I was supposed to do after the December 14th one was going to be in January, and I was actually thinking to myself, like, man, I could actually do this. I can keep up to date with, updating everyone, the whole 15 views that I'm looking at right now that it got last time. But anyways, long story short, I wanted to go ahead and make a video. So, I have, you might have noticed this already. This is my cat scratch that it's gone away pretty much now, but I put Neosporin on it. My cat got freaked out in the middle of the night, jumped on my face, scratched, and jumped off of me while pouncing, scratched into my face and jumped away. So yeah, I have been nursing this for the past few days and trying to make it go away. I've been working a lot recently, and most recently I have been backtracking on my work, my studying of coding and web development. So I recently got into, out of the 100 devs classes, there's I think 69 of them, and I got all the way up to class 27 before I said, wait a second, I don't feel comfortable continuing because I don't have a good foundation, and I don't want to continue and then constantly be like looking back and being like, wait a second, hold on, how did I do this again? How do I do this? So I took some time to jump back into like class 12 and work from there going forward, typing along with the class assignments. If there was any sort of review, I would do that. Any kind of the homework that had like a lot of typing to it, or like a project, I was doing that again. I'm going back and like redoing the websites of CSS and stuff just to get a good foundation. And now I'm back up to class 21, so I'm almost back to 27. But basically, I'm making some good progress. And the best part is, I am solidifying my foundation, which is great because now when a new thing pops up, I'm like, wait a second, I remember how to do this. Like, that's cool. So I'm actually doing the proper, the proper way of learning. I'm taking my time as opposed to what I was doing previously, which was I was kind of just trying to like rush through everything to get to the juicy stuff. Like, I didn't want to go into, like, here's how you learn arrays and how you learn objects. I was like, I want to put those all together and make APIs. Like, I want to go ahead and actually start like building websites and cool applications and like all those cool things, And it turns out that's not the way you're supposed to do it. So, piece of advice from someone who had to backtrack for several months: don't do that. Don't try to rush forward. Again, it is a marathon, not a sprint. I keep getting told that multiple times, but it hasn't fully solidified into my head until like only recently. A few months ago when I was like, I need to backtrack. So now I'm at class 21 and I have a better foundation. So take it slow, understand what you're getting at, and make sure that you're actually, sorry, my focus mode was popping back and saying like, hey, we're ready for you. So I wanted to go ahead and, say that. Development is going great. I do want to go ahead and keep pushing forward. Like, I've noticed that, especially since now that I'm getting like a stronger foundation, things are being more, the bug is biting again. The bug that is like, coding, and that is the drive and the motivation is biting harder than ever. And I'm like, oh my God, so the other day I had array methods were kicking my ass and I had no idea how to do them. And then it wasn't until recently that I was like, wait a second, like, this is making much more sense. And now I'm like, I can't wait for the next day to learn about arrays and to put them into use and actually do Code Wars challenges that are dedicated to arrays. And yeah, it's pretty cool. So it's awesome, and I'm excited, and I can't wait to get more going. But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. That was literally all that I really wanted to do. And say, I usually write things down, and that's why it goes so long. But this time around, I just wanted to make a quick update, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, I can go ahead and make streaming. Sorry. So this is where something's gonna come into play and be a little bit longer than normal. Is that so? I know that in my previous video I said that it would update things. I have been streaming recently. I've been streaming like 3 or 4 days in a row to stream my study habits. And Usually, you know, that would be very boring, it'd be stupid, but to me personally, it's helping out a lot because it's getting me to talk out loud, it's getting me to analyze the problems out loud, and basically do pseudocode out loud, which is, again, a great thing if you're doing like a technical interview. You know, they're going to want to hear your thought process and what you're doing to, you know, fix this problem or to do this and do that. So it actually is helping. Plus, every so often I'll get one person that'll pop in and be like, hey, you did this wrong. And I'm like, oh man, you're right. Or like, hey, here's a hint. And I'm like, hey, thanks so much. So it's definitely a cool experience to be streaming my my thought process and, you know, be streaming my studying. Even if it is boring, it's still me putting effort into it and, you know, basically having consistency and also being held accountable for my studying. So for instance, like if I wake up at 8 a.m. and I start streaming, I'm going to be streaming until I stop, pretty much. So it's like I'm going to be studying that entire time because now the camera is on me. Like I can't click away and go to YouTube and watch a video real quick. I can't watch a full movie, you know, like on Netflix or something. Like I have to be right here and I have to be studying. Plus, when people do come in, it gets me sucked in even more because then I'm like, wait a second, like this person's saying this is what I should be doing, blah, 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 blah. So it's pretty cool, and things are flowing pretty well. And yeah, I'm excited, and that's been the update. If I come up with anything else, I'll post it, but yeah.